Hey guys, how the hell are you? This is Islander. Welcome back to the island. All right, guys, we're coming to the end of 2018. All right, we're coming up on a brand new year, and this is my state of the game address to you guys. This will be the last one for this year. All right, and we're gonna talk about a lot of things, guys. Things that have come and gone in this game. There's some of it good, some of it bad, some of it very bad. All right, we'll go over all that real quick. A little bit about me, guys, before we get started in all this. I think it was January 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually going to put my first video in the link below. So if y'all want to go and check that video out, it was my first one that I made. Didn't quite really know what I was doing in the YouTube world. I reached out to other YouTubers and just try to get advice and, see which way to go. And I started off and I started playing it with music, wanting to build up a subscriber base. And the main reason for me wanting to create a channel, guys, was there was a lot of things in the game that I was particularly not happy about. And my sentiments were shared with a lot of you guys, just like yours was shared by me. All right. A lot of the players had a lot of the same feelings towards the game and the direction of where the game was going. So at that time, I decided, you know what, I'm going to create a YouTube channel. And with the help of Big J, I was able to get that going. And he kind of coached me along, okay? And the help of Punish, as Adrian, all right? He's the one who showed me how to make thumbnails, and I just kind of grew from there, all right? As I went along, I made friends with other YouTubers who gave me little tips and tricks. And generally, I was just playing music when I started. People started asking me, how come you don't do commentary? Well, commentary was definitely in the works, okay? And I did want to bring up a type of news source that I want to deliver to my fellow players, all right, when we had certain things happen in the game. I never really expected the newsroom to be as popular as it became, and that was a good thing because it was all about sourcing out the news, and it was not about sugarcoating anything, guys. When I brought the newsroom, it was about bringing you the goods and bads of the game and keeping it real with you guys 100%, not trying to bluff you guys, not trying to BS anybody. If it was good, it was good. Okay. And sometimes I caught a little heat for saying something was good, when somebody else thought it was bad. When it was bad, it was bad. And generally everybody jumped on board when we said something was bad. But I had to create the dividing line there between what was good and what was bad, and keeping it real with you guys like I always do. And you all pretty much know me by now that if something is good, we're going to give it a thumbs up and say good job. And if it's bad, we're just going to flat out say it sucks. And that's just the way we roll here on this channel. Okay? So from there, I go into start doing the state of the game. And of course, now for 2019, I'll be getting into editing a little bit and creating videos for you guys that's more entertainment-wise, all right? And some videos that I'll be coming in will be more education-wise. But we're not going to let go of the things that brought this channel to where it is right now, which is state of the game. And, of course, the newsroom. And don't forget, yes, I know all the gameplay that I like to share with you guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you that are subscribing to this channel now. The channel has grown. I mean, when I first started this channel, all I wanted to have was about, 1,500 subscribers. And I thought that would be great for my first year. Well, coming up on... the 29th of January, and we're sitting, creeping up. We're not right there, but we're creeping up towards 6,000 subscribers. We're probably a few hundred away from it, but, I'm looking forward to the growth of the channel. And with the growth of the channel comes us being able to deliver our voice. Not just my opinions, but your opinions, our opinions, the way we feel as a community, as a group, and the way we've been able to unite has been awesome, guys. So a big shout out to each and every single one of you guys that take the time to watch the videos and comment and share the sentiments of the channel. And it's been great. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So let's get into the state of the game and the review of the game, all right? Things that we've gained, guys. We picked up the skirmish mode. We picked up FFA. And we lost King of the Hill, all right? I'm actually happy about all three of these guys. I really am. The skirmish has turned into something that I like to play. It's not about grinding silver or getting gold. It's about going out there and playing against everybody else on an equal playing field with a similar set of hangers and bots, and there's nothing overpowered about it. There's nothing that's MK2. There's nothing that has modules or boosters. It's just going out there and enjoying the game. You know, do you get gold? No. Do you get a lot of silver? Absolutely not. But you know what? Lately, the skirmishes, I will say one thing, have been fun. They really, really have. FFA, guys, I wish I had more than 2 thumbs. Because 2 thumbs up Exonic on FFA. Hell, you know what? I'm going to take off my shoes right now and stick up my 2 big toes. And I'm going to give them 2 thumbs up and 2 big toes up. Because FFA, guys, has been a mod that I've really enjoyed. And it's helped my skill-wise really, really improve in the game. You know, nothing I love more in this game than getting together with the clanmates, you know, on squad and comms and battling it out and have the camaraderie of the guys and the laughing and the joking and all the fun stuff that we have going on in our Discord, okay? And, you know, building up that camaraderie of a really tight-knit group of guys, okay? It's fun. But FFA, guys, is something just a little bit different. See, if I mess up in FFA, I don't have 5 beasts behind me, then it's okay. I made a mistake, and I can just move on from that mistake because, you know, these 5 guys behind me, which are all terrors in the game, you know, will come in and they're going to back me up and they're there to have my back and I'm there to have their back. In FFA, there is none of that, all right? You stand alone, and you go against 5 other guys. And at one point, guys, it was going up against 12 other guys. I mean, or 11 other guys. I never got to play that. It never happened to me. I'm looking forward to the day where I would go, you know, a 12-man FFA. I thought that was really neat, but I just never. It was random when it happened. It was a bug in the game. But FFA, I mean, like I said, you stand alone, and I learned to play FFA, and I learned how to, you know, steal kills, and I learned how to engage the battles better one-on-one without depending on a team to back you up. Okay, we lost King of the Hill. All right, King of the Hill was a match, and supposedly they're remaking King of the Hill, and they may bring it back as a mod. Okay, and there wasn't very much about King of the Hill that I liked. All right, you generally had 5 guys fighting up front, and you had 1 or 2 guys chasing the beacons, holding the beacons, and getting the gold rewards. They never factored the damage into the rewards part of that, which I believe really led to its downfall. You know, you had 1 guy that maybe had, you know, 50 or 60,000 worth of damage, but he had all the beacons and he got the gold rewards. He had the most caps, and he had the longest time of holding the beacons. Okay, and then you had somebody that had, you know, 1 million in damage, and he came in last place. You know, getting no rewards. So that's what kind of factored it out for me. All right. They were talking about bringing it back. And, of course, we sent our ideas in for King of the Hill. You know what? It doesn't need to be 5 beacons where you're running back and forth and, you know, trying to hold a beacon. It should be King of the Hill is just that. There's 1 hill. You stand on top of it, and you hold that hill for as long as you can. And the winner at the end of the day is the one who holds the hill. Okay? King of the Hill needs to be 1 center beacon. And 5 guys going to the center and duking it out, trying to see who could hold that beacon the longest. That would be fun for me, King of the Hill, because, you know, the guy that was running behind just picking up beacons and not really engaging anybody, you know, can no longer just run around and do that. If he wants the beacon capture, the beacon gold, he's got to get in the mud and get his hands dirty along with everybody else. Okay, he's got to go in there and fight it out. And that, to me, I think would be fun. But that is my opinion, guys. In the comment section below, I want yours. Real quick, guys, before we go any further, if you're new to this channel and you're going to consider subscribing, it's greatly appreciated. And if you do, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the stuff that we're going to have coming up. And if you like this video, guys, slap that like. I really do appreciate it, and it helps me out. And it lets YouTube know how I'm doing as far as the content that I'm bringing you and whether you like it or not. Okay? So those were some of the mods, guys. Maps, I could not be happier with the maps, okay? We picked up Rome, Carrier, and Castle. And I don't think I need to go into detail about any one of those for you guys because we have played them all. But we did pick up those 3 new maps, and I look forward to hopefully getting 3 more maps for this coming year. I think that would be a great addition. You know, adding maps is something that's always interesting. All right? Lava on the ground. Lava on the ground. Just saying. Okay, here we go, guys. 17 different bots, okay? And I'm not going to give you a breakdown on each bot. Okay, I'm going to read them off to you, but I'm not going to break down each one for you because you've seen these bots and you've seen them played, and you probably played them on the test servers or inside of a skirmish. So you know what these bots are, okay? But I will read them out to you, and then I'll give you my one or two favorites and why. All right? The Spectre, the Strider, the Mercury, the Hellburner, the Pursuer, Falcon, Raven, Bulwark, Mender, Wayland, Blitz, Invader, Raker, Bolt, Ares, Hades, and Nemesis. All right? These are all the bots that came out this year, guys. 17 of them bad boys, all right? And out of that group, I got to say that the Spectre, even though after it received a nerf, is still one of my favorite bots to operate. It's a little bit slower, and it doesn't go. Its cloak doesn't last as long, okay, but it still delivers a good fight. Okay, it is now a very competitive bot. I would give it a buff of about 1 second on the stealth time, maybe even 2. All right. As far as the speed, it's got to be a little bit faster. At least put it back up to where it was, in my opinion. You know, the Natash should not be outrunning the Spectre in a straight up race. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion, and that's the way it seems when you're out there, because it's just a slow bot. You know, but if you're tactical with it and you put the right setups on it, guys, and those of y'all that are still using them know how effective you are. And if you got Vortex on them, you know how brutal that can be. And if you've been hit by Vortex with a Spectre, yeah, you had your wig split right open. It is a powerful bot. If there was a War Robots Hall of Fame, you know, the meta that they created when it came in was ridiculous. Everybody went after them. Guys like me sold off just about every other bot and weapons that I had that were stored away just to acquire enough silver to maintain them. Okay, and I was very fortunate, guys, during the Spectre era and the Dash era, to acquire just about all of my bots for free. In the old workshop, I would constantly be adding those workshops in. And I think I came into the game when it changed over to acquiring components. And then back then you could still get them in the black market. You could still get the whole bot for free. You could, if you landed on it. But I had about 276,000 workshop points. So just about every bot and weapon that I acquired, I pretty much got them for free. Okay. Some of the other bots, of course, I won in the event games. Okay, so we were able to pick up a lot of stuff, and then I found myself really selling off everything else I had just to acquire silver to max the things out. I mean, it was ridiculous. Okay, of the newer stuff that came out, of course, I love the Bulwark, guys. The Falcon is definitely a beast if you're using it right now. The Mender, if y'all saw Anishka using it the other day on that video, you know how much damage you can create and silver you can obtain using the Mender is ridiculous. Now, you don't get that damage towards your damage average, but you do acquire it in silver, which is a big plus. But out of everything here, guys, the Pursuer, hands down, is my favorite bot. And if you see me play FFA, you know, even after the modules came in, where you have the quantum radar and you can be targeted, it is still one of the most viable competitive bots in the game if you operate it correctly. Even with lockdown out there, and even with the quantum radar, if you're using your Pursuer right, you can create some serious havoc on a battlefield. So those are the bots, guys, and those are my two particular favorites that came out of that. Okay, weapons, guys. Somebody said, I don't know, there was a certain amount. I counted about 19. I'll count them off. If I miss anything here, guys, I know y'all are going to tell me. You know, I'm not going to count them off and tell you exactly how many there were because, well, you know my mouth sucks, so we're not going to go there. All right? But the heavy weapons, guys, the Exodus, the Dragoon, the Ember, the Thermite, the Chamara, the Avenger, the Flux, the Glory. All right? The mediums, the Vortex, the Arbalest, the Ion, the Ballista, the Corona, the Wasp, the Pulsar, and in the light, guys, the Spark, the Gus, the Sting, the Shredder, and the Halo. And out of everything that came out, guys, out of each of the categories, heavy is going to be the Exodus and the Avenger. Both ridiculous amounts of damage issuing weapons, okay? And they're closer range weapons. Yes, the Dragoon is awesome. It's more of a 600 meter support weapon, and I do got them, and I will operate them. But punch for punch, I would have to go with the Exodus and definitely the Avenger. The Avenger will shred you up into ribbons, guys. It is a powerful, powerful weapon. And if you don't have one, it's one that you can acquire and pretty much put on any bot. And it's not as expensive as other things are. Out of the mediums, guys, the Vortex. The Death Punch. Hands down. That's what I'm going to nickname the Vortex. The Death Punch. It's a one-shot, one-kill type of weapon. If that other bot is not up to par and you're not shooting at a Falcon, all right? Because the Falcon, it just doesn't seem to crack that shield at all. So it's something that I've learned to use, and I've gotten a lot better with it over time. And if you watch my videos, you'll see where I use that Vortex very effectively in both FFA, even with a 10-second reload time, okay, and team play. It is one of the most effective weapons. What's bad about team play, guys, is my guys, or my clan, not my guys, but my clan members would generally kill somebody before I ever get the opportunity to actually lock on. Okay, within 10 seconds, they're just devouring the other bots on the other side, and I don't get a chance to fire them off. But when we go up against other competitive clans, and it's not going to be a quick match where we're in and out, then I do get to use these, and we are very effective with them. And generally, the other team, especially if you're going to be going up against SOS or Gods or Core, they're going to have them as well. EOK, they got them over there as well. So we're generally finding out the other Vortex, and we're targeting them because we know what type of damage they can do to us with those. So they're definitely on the hit list. Okay, guys? Light weapons, the Gust. Gust Halo, but mainly the Gust. It is definitely the small weapon with a big punch. All right? It sends a lot of damage out, and just about every pursuer out there pretty much has this setup on it. All right? Gust or Gust Halo. Oh, those were the weapons, guys. That's what I liked. The rewards. So supply drops, battle rewards, Royale tokens, Workshop 2.0, clan progress, and component conversions. So the supply drops, guys, we all know that when they came in, every 3 hours you get your drops. And when it started off, it was amazing. You got 50 keys per drop and a certain amount of silver. And then that dropped down to 40 keys per drop. But it would come in every 3 hours. And it would hold up to 4 of them. Okay? So you could just sit back and not even log on to the game and come in later on and pick up your supply drops if you were busy that day or you were at work. You had some kind of help to help you out along when you actually came back into the game and you needed stuff to help you upgrade. Those supply drops were awesome. Now they've changed it, guys, to where the supply drop comes every 20 hours. And this is bad. Okay? You get 500,000 silver at Champion. And 20 hours later, you can acquire it again. But you're generally not going to get it every 20 hours, okay? If it's 3 hours till you get it and it's at night and you fell asleep, and you're going to sleep for 8 hours or 6 hours, 7 hours, it's actually going to be a lot longer than 20 hours to acquire it, all right? Y'all forget, y'all hear that noise in the background. I'm just getting something to drink because I'm parching my throat here talking away. Okay, so that was something that went from really good to really bad. And I hope that, Pixonic does something to address this as far as helping the players out. I'm not sure what they can do, but they can figure it out. If they're willing to work with the players now, and I hope everything that they said earlier was good, then we can roll with that. I'm sure they're going to come up with some kind of reward system, or at least I'm hoping. Okay, the Royale tokens, guys. The Royale tokens came in the battle rewards, and the Royale was one of the best games, or one of the little sub games of this thing that we've had, next to the black market. And if y'all remember, it kind of started off with rolling dice, and then it went to these card flips, Okay, and you could acquire tokens inside of the black market, and you could get a lot of them really in the ad spins, and you would acquire them in the reward crates or the battle rewards. Okay, and they've been replaced, guys, with the new power cells. Okay, so instead of getting Royale tokens to get equipment, we're now getting power cells for our modules. Okay, I'm not going to say this is a bad thing, guys, because I've already had the messages from some of the subscribers who are very upset about power cells. And why? Because they've already burned through all of them. All of them, guys. That's nuts. This thing just came out and people are already sitting on empty. Now they got to go get some people against other people that have been managing their power cells, using them only when they need them, more in FFA than team play. In team play, we won't really use them unless we're going up against another top clan and we know that they're going to use them on us. But if we play randoms, we generally don't use those cells, and we just acquire more and more and more. Now in FFA, it's a different ball game altogether. They're going to use them on you, and you better be prepared to use them back, or suffer the wrath of the module. All right. So, but losing the Royale is something that's coming up really, really fast, guys. It is on its way out. It didn't last an entire year. It lasted for a little while, and it was a lot of fun. And this kind of struck me as odd, and I'm going to bring this up because it was stated by the developers of the game that there were a lot of complaints as far as the Royale was concerned, that it was a rigged game. All right. And if you watch some of my Royale videos, and you'll see me call out exactly what the next prize is going to be. I could predict it because I had played the Royale so much, and I could tell you exactly what prize was going to come next, or be very close to it. So this led a lot of people to believe that the game was rigged. Well, naturally, it goes from low to high. Now, every now and then, you would get a high reward first, and that was a plus. Okay. But there were supposedly a lot of complaints coming in about this being rigged. So rather than make it more random, they decided, you know what, we're just going to do away with it altogether. Okay? Now, this is the odd part. It's not odd. It's just ironic that they heard these complaints that the Royale was rigged, and they're going to act on it. But when the community was in an uproar, and I mean every last one of us was screaming bloody murder that they removed the gold from the Royale, somehow that fell on deaf ears. They didn't hear any of those complaints. They didn't acknowledge any of those complaints. Okay? But a little bit of complaining about it being rigged, well, let's just get rid of it because the players don't like it. No, the players do like it. They just don't like a certain operating system that it's running on. They don't like the fact that the goal was removed. So if you're going to hear one complaint, be fair about it. Be straight. Be 100 with us. Hear all the complaints, not just the ones you select to hear. All right? That's just a little tip for whatever else you got coming up next, guys. Listen to the players. We're going to tell you what we like and what we don't like. And that helps your business if you're giving the players what they like. Okay? We're not saying, and I'm going to reiterate this, we are not saying give away the farm. We're not saying give away everything for free and your business needs just to operate on video ads. No, not saying that at all. Let's just get that out there and get that in the clear right away. Okay. Let's see what else. The black market, guys, that's going to be going next from my understanding. Okay. That's going to be going next. And if my understanding is correct, they're going to try to combine the Royale and the black market. I don't know how the hell they're going to do that. What are you going to call it? The Black Royale? I don't know. We'll let them figure that out. But there is some other type of reward system coming down the pipes. And it was my understanding that they're going to try to combine them. And I'll let them figure that because they are the brains behind the operation back over there. We acquired Workshop 2.0, guys. And component conversion. Workshop 2.0 was very, very good when it landed. The prices on it were reasonable. Okay? And then later on, they became unreasonable. Or I'm not going to say unreasonable, but they became a lot higher. Jump in there. And let's take a look at this. Okay, so you basically selected the item that you want. and it costs you 180,000 there. And if you want it for the 3 days, it costs you 600,000. There you go, and you get 230 components. Now this is more of an operating system, guys. That if you acquired the components that you need, and versus waiting for it to come up in the Royale or waiting for it to land on the black market again, you can simply come in here, click on this, spend some silver. I'm not going to say a low amount of silver. Spend some fair silver and acquire the tokens you need 3 days later. Okay? This is more of a way to cap it off, to top it off. Okay? So it still does serve a purpose. And if you got something in there that you were trying to target, you can go in there and get it. Same goes for weapons. All right? And then we also acquired the highly anticipated component conversions. And we saved up our components. A lot of us saved up tons and tons of components. The same way I saved them up in the first workshop. I thought we were going to come in here and, just rape the market on this type of deal. And when they brought it to us and they introduced it, we were going to convert for a fixed rate. Okay? So you're going to come in here and you're going to get your, let me see what I got. Something low of. I got 12,000 foot Falcon. I'm going to choose that. And let's just say that I wanted a Bulwark. So they're pretty similar, guys. Very, very, very similar. So let's go find the Bulwark. And let's say that I didn't have any components there. I did not have 22 plus. And I needed 10,000 components. Okay. I'm giving away 10,000 of my components. And I'm acquiring 2,000 components of the target item I want, which is not a fair exchange rate whatsoever. And on top of that, I'm having to pay you slightly over 24 million in silver just to get these 2,000 components. This is wrong on all levels of wrong. The workshop, the component conversion needs to be reworked. The numbers are all off from top to bottom. Now, if you want to use this as a top off, pretty much like the 2.0, and you just need a few hundred components because you don't want to wait for anything to pop up again. There you go. And you give away 1,000 and get 2, which is about a 4-to-1 ratio. Okay. And it cost you about 2.5 million in silver. That would be the only way I would ever consider using this. Other than that, it's a sucker's deal. It's like going into go buy a new car and trading in your car, and they don't give you what your car is worth, so you actually have to tack on more money for trading in your car. It's a sucker's deal, and not a fan of it. And this was highly anticipated, guys. Everybody was looking forward to trading in components when it first came out, and it just bombed out. So why don't y'all leave the Royale, Pixonic, and take your component conversions back, because that's where the real issue is. It's not in the stuff that we're acquiring in the Royale. It's the horrible trade that we're getting in the component conversions, guys. That's just bad, and we're going to call it bad. Because it sucks. It really, really does. It's a bad deal all the way around. Okay. What else did we pick up, guys? We picked up boosters and modules. Okay. And boosters and modules. Let's go with the boosters. Of the boosters, the economy boost, the resource boosters are awesome, guys. No doubt. You get keys. You get honor points to move up quickly, and you get silver. And I love the resource boosters from top to bottom. The attack, there you see, you can see where I have a bunch of them that I win on the daily through the tasks. And the defenses, same thing. I got 56 of the 1 day boosters. I got 56 days worth of boosters there. That at some point I guess I'll get around to using. But it's not something I really like to use. I do like the resources though. But this gave a player an unfair advantage over another player if that other player doesn't have it. Okay? Same with modules. Okay? The modules do the same exact thing. It gives an unfair advantage of one player over another Especially if you're like some of my guys that have burned through all of their boosters already and now have an option. All right, they're at a fork in the road now. What are you going to do? You're either going to play somebody straight up while they still have booster cells or power cells, or you're going to go out and grind and get some more power cells in the battle rewards, or you're going to fork out a little bit of coin and get yourself some power cells. All right, these are your options. This is where the road divides up, and you got a choice to make. Instead of managing your boosters managing your power cells and only using them when you need them versus every single time you go up against somebody at 20 power cells per pop, it's not going to take long to run out. So they got to be properly managed. But these are two additions to the game that I was not really crazy about. And the sentiment was shared pretty much throughout most of the community. All right. But as far as right now, I believe they're here to stay. Now, if they were to get rid of the boosters and keep the modules for now, I can see them doing that. But when you stack modules on top of MK2, on top of boosters, and then you unite it with the complete clan, all using the same thing, guys, if you're on the red team, you don't stand a chance. If I were to go up against somebody and they're running it, I don't stand a chance. All right? It's too overwhelming. There's too much power on that other side. Okay? And we're going to go in there and we're going to take our butt whooping and move on to the next match and hope you don't drop against those guys again. Now, even in the top clanning guys, even in the top 5 battles, top 10 battles, some clans have already maxed out, on their stuff, and other of us don't quite have it all because, we're not going to go out there and drop a ridiculous amount of money attempting to acquire it all. We'll get it eventually, we'll get it when we get it. So even in the top 10 tier, guys, even though it's still somewhat of a competitive battle, you can see where one team definitely has the advantage over the other one, all right? And you go, instead of trying to match punch for punch, to try and play a more tactical fight and try to do tag teaming on the other, trying to catch them at a disadvantage here and there to try to even out the odds. And we're feeling it in the top levels the way y'all are feeling it in the lower levels. I guarantee you that. Okay? The economy. Whoa. All right. Between 3.9 and 4.0, guys, is when the shit really hit the fan. All right? That's when the economy took a dump. And payouts became not so great, and now they're even worse. Okay, and I just don't know how. We all know what happened in the economy. We really do. It just went from good to bad, bad to worse, and worse to horrible, and it just kept going on down to flat out sucking. It really did, and we're still there now, and we're kind of hoping that they mentioned it, that they're going to plan on giving better payouts, better rewards, and then they need to, okay? Because you're giving out low silver rewards, and that's with a booster, okay? That's with a booster, or I'm sorry, not with a booster, yeah, with an economy booster, say a silver booster, and a premium, guys, and the payout is still way lower than it was in 3.8, 3.7. We're just running it with the regular old premium that we had before. So if you scored, $1 million in damage, you were going to get about 2.5 million in silver. Now you can score about $1 million in damage, and you're going to get, with a booster, probably about 600,000 silver. The numbers are way off, and that's part of the economy that has been so messed up, and it's what everybody talks about, and we're hoping that they have heard us. We've done our movements and we've done everything else. And the community has been screaming about the economy since 3.9. And we just never quite got the response that we needed. But funny how a little bit of complaining on the Royale got it changed almost immediately. They're ready to get rid of that. How come we're not ready to fix the economy? We know you hear us. Don't let it fall on deaf ears. We know you hear us. Come to the table and do something good for your player base. Do something good for us. A lot of us players have stayed with the game, even though things have gotten bad. All right, why? Because it's a good product. It's fun. Okay, but even at that, the game has slowly lost its charisma to a lot of people, and that's something I'm going to cover here in a minute. All right. My goodness. Just thinking about that economy. Okay. Let me just stay on this economy, okay? Because somehow real world inflation hit an app video game. All right. Costs went up and pay came low. I don't know how, the cost of items would go up so high. And if those of y'all that have old meta items and new meta items, and let's say it's the same item, all right, where an upgrade will cost you 200,000 silver, okay, and then you jump over to the new meta, and that same upgrade is going to cost you 700,000 silver. Those are the ridiculous things that they get us about the economy. Same exact weapons, except one's old meta, one's new meta, are acquired at a different time, and the cost has a ridiculous difference. Okay, so now the cost is very much higher to upgrade it, but your payout is lower, making it really hard for the players to get their upgrades unless you're just grinding it out all day. All right. Those are pretty much the things I wanted to cover. All right. One of the most important things that we got in 2018 was Stan. Stan the man came in and all the videos to tell us what's going on with War Robots, even though he didn't make every single video. And he tried to deliver a message and he tried to be funny, and most of us somewhat took a liking to Stan. We made memes about him and we picked on him and we joked about him. And it comes down that I guess Stan got nerfed now, because now we have a maxed out Max. So Stan's out, Max is in. We lost our Stan. So hashtag bring back Stan's Pixonic. Okay, I'm getting delirious, guys. All jokes aside, I just had to throw that in there. Guys, we've gained a lot of items in this game this year, okay? But in my opinion, we've lost a lot more than what we've gained. And I am not talking about the Royale, and I'm not talking about the gold, and I'm not talking about, silver payouts, guys. The most important thing that we've lost in 2018, guys, are players. Lots and lots of players. All right. Our friends, our brothers in this community, just kind of lost steam for the game. The community crumbled down through certain parts and different aspects of this game, whether it was the economy or the flooding of updates that we would get one update after another, constantly bringing new content, making it impossible to keep up with the game, drove a lot of players into a frustration that they did not find the fire for the game anymore. One of them was my very good friend, Big J. He just lost taste for the game. And this is because the man has one of the most amazing hangers, that is in this game at this time. He just has an awesome hanger. He dropped some good money on to build his hangers because he enjoyed playing the game. And when you got somebody that invests that amount of time and that amount of money into a game, okay, and loses taste for it, that says a lot about how the developers came across in 2018. Okay, so we here at HC lost our fair of friends, our clan members. All right, and of course we're trying to rebuild and regroup and do our thing. But HC is one clan. I hear from you guys on the daily. One subscriber who was the leader of a clan lost 75% of his clan. 75%. That is ridiculous, okay? And that's not going into, everybody else. And I've got the messages and I see them and I hear you guys, take the time to come in and say goodbye on Messenger, or, hit me up on the comment section to say that, you're done with the game, and you'll still continue to watch the videos to see if anything changes, and you might come back, but you ain't coming back until there's change. And that, is more of a broken record than I am. I hear that almost daily, and that irks the hell out of me that we lose that many friends, that many players. guys that you build relationships with and you're friends with, and the bonding of the game, unites you guys. And for us to lose this is, I think, the biggest hit that we've taken in 2018. So for me and the community, to you, Pixonic, we have an opportunity in a brand new year and a brand new start. Start it off with something good. Bring the fun back into the game. Now we watched every single one of us watched your video and about the plans you're gonna make for 2019, guys. And I've covered that video for you guys. If y'all want to take the time to watch it, the changes that they want to make. One thing you brought up on the feedback form was crossing the platforms, and I think that would be huge for the game. I think for players from iOS and Android, and hell, add Steam and Game Room in there. For the players to get in there and create a one community player base, I think would go a long way for the game. Okay, and of course everything else that you mentioned, the tournaments and the sponsorship and recognizing people, I think those are all really good things. I hope that everything that you brought up in that video that was by Max, that I hope that comes to light, because I'd really like to see it. And I would really like to see a lot of these players that have left find the fire, find that spark to come back and want to play the game again. Because the hardest part of that is when somebody goes out and they find a new game, they start investing time in that other game. To try and pry them away from that game is going to be really tough. It ain't going to be no easy task, okay? Of course, you got a bunch of new players coming in the game, okay? But we lost a lot of great veterans of the game, and some that I would love to see come back. In closing, guys, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has been with me, that has been here throughout all the movements that we've had, that united, and we came together and we had a voice. And, as this channel grows and as we grow, our voice will only get a little bit stronger, a little bit louder. And don't get me wrong, by no means, movements is not something I want to do or look forward to doing. Okay, taking on the developers like this is not something I look forward to doing. I look forward to playing the game and having fun. Okay, but if the developers decide to go in a direction that is ridiculous in the eyes of the players, well, we've shown the ability to unite. Okay, the only thing we're lacking is the glue to hold it all together. All right, not the restraint, not to bite down on the golden carrots and now shoot some of the platinum carrots that have come out. Once we find that missing element, the players community will be very, very strong. But until then, we're somewhat united, somewhat divided, and we got to find our own middle ground. Guys, I love y'all. I thank you, each and every one of you, for the support of this channel. This was the state of the game. In the comment section, let me know what y'all think. In Messenger, hit me up, and I'm available about 90% of the time because I got work and I got other things going on in my world. But I generally will answer all of your comments. And those of you that take the time to comment, and you can go back and look on any of my comments with anybody from before and notice that they're generally all filled out because I do like to respond. And on Messenger, I may not get back to you right away, but I am going to get back to you. If you take the time to message me, I will extend that same courtesy back to you. Guys, this has been the state of the game. I want to know what y'all thought about it. Let me know in the comment section. And until 2019, guys, this is Islander signing out.